The show starts in 1 minute.
Good evening, folks. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Happy November, everybody. Hey, this is Jim. My channel is More Sunshine, Please. You're watching my Tuesday evening live stream. I do it every week. Where am I, though? There it is. Hey, everybody. Coming up on the show, I might eat something. I'll talk about Halloween, how that was, a little bit. We'll play a game. I got a top 15 list. But before I do any of that, I like to celebrate the first ones in the chat today. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're going to give them gold, silver, and bronze medals. And your chat may be different than mine. But according to my chat, back at the top of the medal stand, Noah! Merry Thanksmas to you! Congratulations on getting the gold back. Silver medalist, it's Joey's World. Congratulations. And what's this? My parents get the bronze. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for being the first ones in the chat. We've also got Paul Eichenlaub here. Welcome in, Paul. Keith BDF. Happy November to you. Oh, he's got Disney Plus. Well, you have hours and hours of viewing pleasure ahead of you. Might I suggest? Well, I'm not going to suggest anything. You know what you want to watch. You got it for a reason. He started watching The Mandalorian, it says. That's a good call. That's a cool show. That's so much fun. Enjoy, Keith. The Disney Nerd Herders are here. Nerds! And if I may, just a moment, and I didn't know this immediately because I was working, but Charlie went to the Magic Kingdom today for a surprise Tuesday morning live stream. Hey, thank you. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Oh, this is for a little bit late. Do I tuck it in here? Oh, no? Okay. I'll just put it here. I'll just put it on my lap. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's for a little bit later. So anyway, Charlie wanted to see the new holiday decorations at the Magic Kingdom because, as you may or may not know, they have their autumn Halloween decorations right up until Halloween, and then that evening, the cast members come in and they switch over so that there's no longer autumn in the park, but now it's Christmas time. So they don't have the big iconic tree by the flagpole yet, but they had a lot of other stuff. So I encourage you, if you're interested, check out Charlie's live stream from earlier today. Also, he had mentioned this, and I didn't know this. Charlie and I have been friends for almost 40 years now. A few years, anyway. And today's Charlie's birthday, so I wanted to get a cool audio drop for him, and I had this at the ready. So here it is. Charlie, happy birthday.
Happy
Does anybody know what movie that's from? Hang on a sec. What is going on? One moment, please. Kay Wilby. What is this? Thank you for the super chat. A start of the Oreo Snickerdoodle Fund. What? I didn't know such a thing existed. I bought mine and haven't tasted them yet. Kay, I will have those. If I have to go 50 miles to find a store around here that has them, I will get those. Thank you so much. You're always so kind about that. Thank you very much. You are wonderful. I should probably go. Let's see. Does anybody know what movie that's from? I'll play it again. I'll play it again for you.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Happy birthday.
I will wait for your responses. In the meantime, let's go back. Okay, and welcome who the people that are here. Paul, we said hi to Paul and my parents, the Disney Nerd Herders. Laura, welcome in. And indeed, happy birthday, Charlie. Kay Wilby, of course. Nick in Virginia, welcome in. Great to see you here. And Jamie's here as well. Hi, Jamie. I don't know if it's your birthday, but if it is, happy birthday to you. I don't think it is. That would be quite the shot in the dark if it were. Mar in Memphis, a final happy Halloweeny to you. Until next year, of course. Let's see. One more time for the...
Happy birthday, Charlie. Happy birthday.
Who am I kidding? I'm not going to play that just one more time. No, not My Three Sons. No, I don't know if you're guessing on the sound effect. And if you're wondering, if you're just joining us, it's this sound.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Happy birthday.
I see that my mom has the correct answer. Yes, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. During the search for the golden ticket, Charlie's grandparents chipped in and bought him they knitted him a scarf, and they may have gotten him a Wonka bar as well. And at the beginning of the scene, they all wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Happy birthday.
And as soon as I heard on the Nerd Herders live stream that it was Charlie's birthday today, that popped into my head. I said, I've got to play that for Charlie, for our Charlie, in the hopes that someday he'll own his own chocolate factory. Anyway, happy birthday, Charlie. And check out his live stream. It's neat to see the Christmas decorations in the Magic Kingdom. They're not complete. And I skipped through his live stream because I was preparing for this, of course, and I got home from work later. And I don't know if they have the Jingle Cruise ready. Kind of think not quite yet, because there's a lot they have to decorate for that ride to turn the Jungle Cruise into the Jingle Cruise. Yeah. Keith laughed when he got stuck in the foam cube pit Saturday. I'm guessing that's not related to Disney Plus, but if it is, that's quite the story. Are you taking gymnastics lessons? I don't. Well, anyway. I'm glad you had fun. Indeed. En fuego. Yes, you can hear Jack Albertson, Grandpa Joe, one more time. And it's not just one more time. I'm going to play it throughout the live stream.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Happy birthday.
Sir Gary of the Beaches, welcome in. Always a pleasure to see you. No Jingle Cruise yet, says Charlie. Well, soon enough. And that's a very cool thing that they do. Jamie says Universal started their Christmas decorations a week and a half ago. And frankly, the Home Depot and Lowe's and the ilk started selling their Christmas decorations, I think, back in May. But, whatever. They know what they're doing. Back to my new, well, not new, but my autumn background. That's what we'll do. All right. Halloween was a success here. I had my ghosts flying in the tree. I had my jack-o'-lantern projections going, though there was a family that started trick-or-treating around here before it got dark, and that gave the okay for every other household to come out and start trick-or-treating. So many families didn't get to see my cool jack-o'-lantern projections. But, they have young kids, and it's a school night. I get it. I'm not a Grinch for Halloween, although, yeah. Well, maybe a little bit. But, yeah. Anyway, and then I brought one of the lightning projections out so that it was on the garage, and got a lot of nice words toward our decorations, our exterior home decorations for Halloween. And that's always fun to hear, especially when the kids say. We had there were two kids. I would imagine they were 8th grade-ish. And the one kid was, I forget his costume. I'm going to say it was a zombie, whatever. But the other kid was dressed as a Grim Reaper with his face totally covered in like a spandex hood. So like he had a hood on, and then his face, and then where his eyes would be were glowing red bulbs or light bulbs or LEDs or whatever. And we're giving out candy, and my wife asked if he could see. He said, not really, but I can see the headlights. So I guess he was safe from cars in the street, but he couldn't see much else. Anyway, the other kid, the zombie kid, noticed my pumpkins, my jack-o'-lantern projections, and he said, "Oh, that's really cool. Dude, the pumpkins are moving. The pumpkins are moving." And he must have said that 3 or 4 times to the other kid. And then the other kid finally heard him and said, I can't see that. So, I mean, he looked good. He looked like a good Grim Reaper, but at what cost? Gary had a successful Halloween as well. Lights were out, and we got to eat the bag of Hershey's by ourselves. Here's what we did candy-wise. Surf Bum, welcome in. Candy-wise, we had Twix. We had Kit Kat, Baby Ruth, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And we went through those first 3, of course, first, saving the Reese's in case we were had any left over, which we did. So we planned that perfectly. And it's not like I planned on purchasing too much candy so that we were guaranteed to have leftover candy that we would eat ourselves. No. Maybe yes. But, yeah, so we have Reese's Peanut Butter Cups left over, and that is A-okay. The Nerd Herders had they're in a new neighborhood, and they say they had about 30 kids come by. It was their first time handing out candy. We always walked with our kids, or necessary nephews before. Yes, Jonathan Chong, welcome in. Good to see you as well. First time handing out candy. That's cool. What we do here in Florida, at least in our neighborhood, is we don't stay in our house, and we don't have kids come to the door. We and a majority of people in our neighborhood set up shop in our driveway because it's warm out. If not hot, it was in the mid to low 80s last night after the sun went down. It was quite warm last night, and it will continue to be warm here for the next week. I mean, when I say warm, I mean hot. It was near 90 today. And, yeah, that's too much. Too much. Laura and Jamie went out with the grandson. And, it just skipped me. Was confused when one of the houses gave him a marker. What? A marker? He can draw his own candy, I guess. I don't know. And the Nerd Herders say it was from 6 to 9 for them. We weren't used to that. Usually 6 to 8 up north. Well, I'll say this. Maybe because we got an earlier start here. I don't know. But it usually goes until about 8 o'clock here as well, the trick-or-treating. And I think we were done at about 10 after 8. And then at about 9:15, we got a message on our Ring doorbell, and there was a group of teenagers out there, and they were wondering whether they should bother us or not. And on the Ring doorbell, you could see, "No, I'm out." Like, that's what one of them said. "No, I'm out." Like, they didn't want to bother us, so they knew they were late. I'm sure we were the 1,000th house they visited that night. They knew they were late, and they decided, no, we won't bother them. So that was kind of funny. Thank you for not coming up to our door, I suppose. Yeah. Around here, normally till about 8 o'clock, 8-ish, a little after last night. But, yeah. That was, it was a successful Halloween. And last week, we were asked if our daughter goes out for Halloween. Well, Surfer Girl, welcome in. On Sunday, the night before, the local high school had a trunk-or-treat event. And it was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And we went to that, and she did that. She dressed as a pumpkin. We had a pumpkin poncho for her, and that worked out beautifully. And so Annabelle was able to do that, and we got some candy for her, and she got to see all the classrooms decorated, and they did a pretty good job on some of them. All of them were cool. They had one room that was completely it wasn't decorated necessarily, but they had a ton of kids there, and all of the kids in there were dressed as Disney prince and princesses. And it seemed never ending. There were maybe 24 kids in there, if not more. There must have been more, because it was quite the gauntlet going through all those kids dressed as seemingly every Disney prince and princess. And there was another one, another Disney-themed one, which was a Monsters, Inc. one, and they had a bunch of doors hanging, so that was pretty neat. And last night, she's very regimented, so last night when it came time to trick-or-treat on Halloween, she was in the middle of her meal, and that was not to be tampered with, so stayed in last night, but we got to do the trunk or treat, so that was pretty good. That was a good time. She was not traumatized. Yes. Paul says from 4 to 7 there. 2 shopping bags full of candy after it was all done. Holy moly! I know we used to take out the pillowcases, so that was good. We had one group of very well-mannered kids. There were 5 of them all together. Gamer Kid, what's up with you? Thanks for being here. We had one group of kids, and they were so well-behaved. They got their candy, and they all said, thank you. And at the end of that were the parents that just follow them, and my wife complimented them, saying, your kids are so well behaved. And they said, thank you very much. And they were with their youngest child, who then proceeded to walk up to us, hold his hand out, and said, "Candy," like that. Like, well, almost all your kids are well behaved. It was funny. We all laughed at that, and they're trying to get him. What do you say? You say trick or treat. He go, I want the candy. It was pretty funny. But Halloween is over. We move on now. It's now autumn. Today is Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. I've got more on that later. That's kind of what my top 15 list is about. So I hope everybody had a safe Halloween. And now it's on to Thanksgiving. But more importantly, it's on to Christmas. Who are we kidding? And though they haven't started playing Christmas music 24/7, and this was a couple of weeks ago, my wife texted me a picture of the radio screen or whatever it was, and it was a local radio station here playing the Backstreet Boys or the NSYNC Christmas song. Like they played one Christmas song, but that was it. And that was a couple of weeks ago. And I don't often listen to the radio other than this time of year when I know there's a station playing Christmas music. So Laura and Jamie are saying Christmas songs all over the radio. Is that happening already, or is that what we aspire for? Oh, Paul says 93.7 in Chicago already switched over. I ain't mad at him. That's fine by me. I mean, it's a little early. Wow, today they did that. Amazing. Thanks for letting me know. I wonder if that has happened here. I remember last year looking at, I think I Googled, when are the stations doing this? And some of them had posted when they were going to do it, and some had. Frankly, the day after Halloween is earlier than I had ever heard before. So Mar wants some songs for Thanksgiving. Are there any? I guess Alice's Restaurant references Thanksgiving. Don't the 10,000 Maniacs or Natalie Merchant have a song called Thank You? I guess that could be a thanks song, not necessarily Thanksgiving. I don't know. But I guess I don't like to listen to the Christmas music too early, but I do enjoy it for a good month and a half. From, I guess, mid-November, because that's when it would start on the radio. And that's when I got permission to listen to it. Not really. You know what I'm saying. Laura was happy that they got to go to Spirit Halloween for the day after Halloween sales. I went on my way to work, I stopped at Walmart to see if they had marked down their candy. Yeah, and I will say this. They had already, I'm sure overnight, taken a lot of it away. Or maybe it's sold, I don't know, but there wasn't much. And I was there at 7 a.m., like 10 after 7. And they had a few things. I got a bag of Ghirardelli Autumn chocolate caramels that were half off. I got some packs of Reese's pumpkin-shaped candies, and those were half off. But I didn't get much, which is okay. I don't need much. I have some left over, as I mentioned before. Mar's disappointed that they don't play the old traditional Christmas carols. Well, I'll say this. I don't love like the Mannheim Steamroller or the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Those aren't my Christmas songs. So I like what they do at Hollywood Studios with the old timey 40s and 50s Christmas music. I guess 30s and 40s and 50s Christmas music. I love that stuff. And they do it so well at Hollywood Studios. And Gamer Kid, family went trick-or-treating from 6:30 to 7:30. Had a blast. Awesome. Safe, in and out, nobody gets hurt. Well done. A lot of pumpkin-shaped candy corns are on sale at Walmart. Indeed. I did see those. I didn't get those. I was interested in Reese's for the most part. Because that's what I like to eat. Sir Gary wants to see if we can get the Martin, Sinatra, Williams, and Doris Day albums I've made into CDs. Oh, I see what's going on there. That's your mix. That's a great mix. I like, although I've never listened to a Doris Day Christmas album, a song here or there, but I don't know too many. Ben, welcome in. Season's greetings to you. Speaking of candy and things to eat, my wife got me a couple of treats today. And the first one, where is it? Here it is. This is, here it is. Ooh, super close up. I don't know if I needed to be that close. But this is, I'll just move it here. From Sprouts, their pumpkin cake roll with buttercream filling. Oh, free from artificial colors and flavors. Awesome. Let me give you, let's see this. I haven't had this particular one, but I'm going to right now. Make sure I get the cream and the cake here. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to eat this whole thing. That is awesome. That is so good. A tiny bit sweet, but that is yummy. That is the I guess they call it a cake. It's a cake roll. I didn't know if it was a cake roll or a loaf. I had to look at the label, but it's a cake roll. That's what they call it. Just the right amount of pumpkinness to it. I've tried a lot of stuff where the pumpkin spice flavor is just not strong enough, and this is perfect in that cream to add that hit of sweetness to the pumpkin spiciness is they did it right. Well done, Sprouts. Next up, she got me 2 treats today. Maybe I should have had this one first. I didn't expect that one to be so great. Also from Sprouts, this bag of brown sugar and cinnamon flavored sweet potato chips. I've had sweet potato chips, but not brown sugar and cinnamon flavored potato chips. So we're going to do this. I had to cleanse my palate. Yeah, those are good. I will say this. The first chip I tried didn't have enough cinnamon on it. The second one was better. And I'm glad I tried too. Those were very good. Brown sugar and cinnamon. Yes, I got both of those in there. Unlike a potato chip, those are crunchy, but there's also a little bit of pliability to them. They when I bit into it, you could tell it wasn't a regular potato chip. I mean, just by texture and taste, of course. But 2 winners. Thank you to my wife for getting those. Thank you very much. That was wonderful. Okay. Where are we? All right.
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson.
Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Picks you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Here's the coffee. Nothing new here. This isn't anything I've had before. But what I want to mention is I had wondered to myself, should I have a segment about coffee if coffee isn't healthy? So I looked up, is coffee, are there benefits to it? And I came across, where is it? Here it is. Not that. That's the game. That's the game I was going to play. More on that in a second. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I forgot I did this. Here it is. This is from the Harvard Health. I forget what it is. Is coffee good or bad for your health? I can't read this. It's blurry on my screen. Let me go full screen. There it is. If you focus on the purple highlighted text, it says, for most people, moderate coffee consumption can be incorporated into a healthy diet. Who, and this is Frank Hu from the paragraph above, who is the chair of the Department of Nutrition at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. And last year, he said that moderate coffee intake, about 2 to 5 cups a day, that seems like a lot, by the way, is linked to a lower likelihood of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, liver, and endometrial cancers, Parkinson's disease, and depression. So, how do I get back to StreamYard? Oh, here. So it's fantastic. But so it said moderate coffee consumption, and then the dude said 2 to 5 cups a day. When I have 2 cups, I think I'm going overboard. But if I can be completely honest, this is my 3rd cup today. I had 2 at work. I have 1 in the morning. I have 1 every morning, and then sometimes after lunch I have 1. And then, of course, my Tuesday coffee. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Okay. Moving on. Oh, really quick. I haven't done this segment in a long time. Where is it? I haven't found anything on a clearance shelf until very recently, so here we go. And this isn't anything I'm going to try today, but I want to brag about this find. I've mentioned before that we like a particular brand of coffee that Winn-Dixie was selling, and then they stopped. They put their this particular coffee on their clearance shelf a while back, and it was half off. And then it was gone, and they had replaced it with some other coffee on their shelf, on that part of their shelf. Well, I was back there this past week. There it is, the Segafredo coffee pods, 75% off. They had 4 boxes, so I got 4 boxes for $8.50. or roughly $8.50. So yeah, I'm just bragging about my clearance rack find there. I don't have it. Maybe this is it. I don't know what I'm being served. Let's say it is. This is a big cup. This is from the Orlando Eye. We rode this a few years ago, and this is the souvenir we got. I guess it's the same thing on both sides. Yeah, it is big. It's our biggest coffee mug. All right, now let's play that game I inadvertently showed you a second ago. Last week we played Speed Wordle, and I was successful about that. I've already played Wordle today, so I don't want to do that. But last week, Downscale was here, and he said we should play Framed, and I said we have played it before, but my fear is that they show something on there that maybe isn't appropriate, or I don't want to show. Framed, if you don't know, is an internet game where they show you a still image from a movie, and you got to guess what the movie is. You put in a guess. If you're wrong, it shows you another one, and I guess you get 5 or 6 chances. So I've actually already played it, but that allowed me to preview it for you guys. So I'm going to where is it? Oh, I got rid of it. Hang on, I got to bring it back up. I'm going to watch you guys play. So here it is. Is it here? Let's go here so it's a little bit bigger. So this is a frame from a movie, and I'll just say as a hint, I think most people have seen this movie. This isn't. This was a very successful movie. So I will wait in. I will wait for the chat. In the first guess I see is okay. Everybody knows it's Ghostbusters. That's correct. It was Ghostbusters. So if I go to Framed, if I go here and I start typing in. By the way, if it's not your guess, it won't show up here. They've got a bank of things here. So this is that was Ghostbusters. Here's the second image. This would have been the third image. I got to say, I wouldn't have necessarily guessed from that one, but I got it on the first image. And then the fourth image, of course, I would have gotten that. The fifth image, absolutely. Why do we even need a sixth image? But yes, so that was today's Framed. And they have another one. If we go back to the website, there's this one. It says try episode, which is not movies, it's TV shows. And so I did that one today, and I had never even heard of this show. And I think it was a foreign TV show because one of the clues had like a missing sign on it, but it was in a different language. And I don't remember what it is, but click on episode. If you want to go to Framed, it's framed.wtf is the website, framed.wtf. So, and then you can get the episode link right there above it. Okay, time for intermission. And last week I had mentioned I was trying to find Halloween-themed intermission videos. And I found one that was kind of Halloween-y, but not really. And it was about don't pay for pay TV. And this is from the 60s or 70s. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to show you a normal one that's pretty short, but it's good to show after the funny pay TV one. So when we come back, I'll do my top 15 list. Thank you for being here.
Monsters do have their place. In the zoo, in your nightmares, in the deep, in your favorite horror movies. But not in your living room, on your TV. Don't let pay TV be the monster in your living room. Pay TV and cable TV companies are seeking the right to charge you for the very programs you now get free. If you want to stop pay TV and save free television, sign the petition in the lobby of this theater. Let your lawmakers know how you feel in the fight against pay TV and cable TV.
A cup of whipped hot chocolate tastes great right now. Carnation's Cocoa Supreme, the delicious hot chocolate drink with the light, delicate flavor you like. Wouldn't a good hot cup taste good right now? Ask for a cup of whipped hot chocolate at our snack bar.
Welcome back. Today is Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. Now, I don't. If you saw my thumbnail for this live stream, you may have seen the hat back there. It's let's see. There it is. I got this when I was in Anaheim for D23 in 2019. And this was at that one Disney store where the cast members can go and get discounted stuff. And this was greatly reduced in price. I don't normally buy ears to wear, but I thought that one was cool, so I got it. And it's perfect for today. And today's top 15 list. And I'll be honest, with Halloween yesterday and being busy at work today, I didn't have time to come up with my own list, so I found top 15 facts about today. They're not my own, so I printed it out from a website, and I'm just going to count these down. I'm helping myself here. I'm going to leave that on the screen and just count them down here. And it's already 7:42, so I guess I got to be kind of quick about this. Dad Builds, welcome in. Happy Dia de los Muertos to you. Okay, number 15, Dia de los Muertos is really, really old. The Day of the Dead isn't just different from Halloween, it's also potentially much, much older too. Historians trace its origins back as far as 3,000 years to ancient Mesoamerican festivals dedicated to the goddess of the underworld. These festivals were traditionally held in the 9th month of the Aztec calendar, which roughly corresponds to August. However, in an attempt by Spanish conquistadors to make it a Christian holiday, it was moved to the end of October and beginning of November to coincide with the Catholic All Hallows Tide Triduum. Triduum? I don't know what that word is. Basically a fancy word for a 3-day holiday. All Saints' Eve on October 31st, All Saints' Day on November 1st, and All Souls' Day on November 2nd. So that's sort of a history of it. Moving on. Number 14, Dia de los Muertos is bigger than Christmas. Not my list. Let's see. The Day of the Dead is Mexico. Should I guess I can count down here. Oh, and then I can bring in the banner, right? Yeah, now people know what I'm doing, and they know what number I'm on. Where are my comments? There they are. Walt already went live. That's okay. Let's do this. Day of the Dead is Mexico's biggest religious holiday, with big public events like parades and gatherings at cemeteries, complete with mariachi bands, as well as more intimate celebrations that take place inside individual homes. Because of that, it can get expensive. Some families in rural parts of Mexico spend as much as 2 months' income on lavish decorations and food specific to the holiday. All right, moving on. Number 13. The Day of the Dead is a day to celebrate, not a day to mourn. Ever notice how even the skeletons look like they're having a party in Day of the Dead art? It's a far cry from how many Western cultures view death. But Mexicans take this lightness very seriously due to the belief that spirits who come to visit would be insulted if they found everyone in mourning. So instead, Day of the Dead is meant as a celebration of life. Family members get together to tell funny stories about deceased relatives and remember how they lived, not feel sorry for them. Speaking of art, I had that hanging outside on my garage until about an hour ago. But that's Day of the Dead inspired Dollar Tree decoration right there. Number 12, cleaning is a crucial part of Dia de los Muertos. One of the main functions of the Day of the Dead is cleaning of the graves. This is done both as part of the ritual to prepare for the very important visitors that will be coming, i.e., the spirits of the dead, as well as for pragmatic reasons. Unlike in the United States, in Mexico, the majority of cemeteries are not privately owned and therefore have to be maintained by members of the community. Okay. 11. Altars to the dead show they haven't been forgotten. Probably the main component of the Day of the Dead decorations is the altars, or more accurately, offerings. Ofrendas in Spanish. If you've seen Coco, you know this. Contrary to what the term... As a matter of fact, I have the ofrendas from Coco here. Where is it? There it is. Contrary to what the term altar implies, these are not for worship. Instead, each family assembles one as a way of paying tribute to the dead, with every part of the altar symbolizing something related to either the holiday or the dead ancestor / family member it's dedicated to. This includes orange and yellow marigolds, incense, candles, pictures of the deceased, salt and water, traditional Day of the Dead foods, and other things that might be specific to the individual person, like favorite treats or toys for children, stuff like that. All right. All right. Number 10. The flowers attract ghosts. I've got a picture of the flowers, too. The official flowers of the Day of the Dead are used in massive quantities to decorate the graves and altars, a practice that has its roots, no pun intended, in pre-Columbian traditions. These flowers, nicknamed the Flower of the Dead, sometimes said to represent the sun and rebirth, are also believed to help guide the spirits back home. In English, they are known as Mexican marigolds. So how about that? All right, number 9. We're cooking with gas here. Where am I? Oh, here we are. Monarch butterflies are returning ancestors. Every year during the week of November 2nd, parts of Mexico are swarmed with monarch butterflies that travel a staggering 3,000 miles all the way from Canada. The belief that the spirits of the dead could return in the form of hummingbirds or butterflies goes back all the way to the Aztecs, so it's not hard to see why the monarch would become a key decorative motif. I actually didn't know that. Doesn't the lead character in Encanto have butterflies? But that's not a Day of the Dead, and I don't know. Let's move on. Where are we? Number 8. Skulls and skeletons are everywhere, and a lot of them are edible. From masks and costumes to face paint to ornately decorated candies piled on top of the altars as offerings to the dead, skulls and skeletons are inescapable during the Day of the Dead festivities. In particular, handmade sugar skulls are an iconic part of the holiday. Speaking of, I showed this a couple weeks ago, but I saw these in our The Winn-Dixie. Peeps skulls. I will not be eating those. I just wanted to show them. I'm going to take them to school, and one of my students will eat them. All right. Next, number 7. The most famous skeleton of them all is named La Catrina. I have a picture of La Catrina. Here we go. Originally drawn as a political statement satirizing Mexicans who tried to adopt European cultural customs in place of their own, La Calavera Catrina was the creation of Mexican artist Jose Guadalupe Posada circa 1910. Since then, she has become one of the most recognizable images found in Day of the Dead artwork. Mexican muralist Diego Rivera even featured her prominently in one of his most famous pieces, Dream of a Sunday Afternoon. So, yeah. All right, final page. We are at 7:49. We're doing beautifully here. Surf bomb. Yes, in September, the beach is loaded with them on their way south. I didn't know that. Cool. Where are we? I said 7, right? Yeah, here we go. Number 6. Spending a night in the cemetery is commonplace. To Americans, it might sound like a predictable setup to a horror movie, But in some parts of Mexico, spending a night inside a graveyard, picnicking next to a dead family member's grave, telling stories, listening to music, and just generally making merry is all part of the celebration. Number 5, practices vary from region to region. Not every place celebrates the Day of the Dead, the Day of the Dead in the same way. Different parts of Mexico, as well as Latin America, have different local traditions. In a town called Pumuc, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct, in the Yucatan Peninsula, for example, part of the annual celebration includes removing the bones of one's ancestors from the tombs and washing or dusting them by hand. Interesting. Number 4, failing to celebrate the Day of the Dead can be dangerous. I don't know if that's true, but let's read. If this all sounds like a lot of time and energy and money, well, just remember, not celebrating could be even more costly. According to tradition, if the dead return home and find that their family has failed to build them a suitable altar, they sometimes get revenge. That can manifest in a variety of ways, including sickness and even death. In death, so that's just another family member they would have to put on the ofrendas, and well, they didn't have time for the dead that already existed. Well, I don't know. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. Anyway, who am I? All right, number 3. The Day of the Dead isn't a one-time deal. Unlike Halloween, which was thought to be a special time of year, the one night when the dead were allowed to return to the world of the living, the Day of the Dead isn't a special once-a-year event for spirits. According to traditional beliefs, the dead come and go all the time, stopping in to visit living family members on a frequent basis. Instead, the Day of the Dead is more like Christmas. It's meant to remind the living of things they should be trying to remember all year round. How about that? Number 2, Dia de los Muertos is officially a big deal and not just for Mexicans. Not only has the Day of the Dead been made a national holiday in Mexico, but it has also been recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. That's a title because all those words were capitalized. So it's a big deal. Pepper Tree Villas here. Welcome in. And the number one fact, according to this list I printed out today of Dia de los Muertos, it's made its way to Hollywood. Now, before I read this article is from 2018. So keep that in mind because they don't mention Coco. It made its way to Hollywood. Here we go. The unique folk art associated with the Day of the Dead was a key influence on both Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas as well as Corpse Bride. And the Day of the Dead is featured prominently in movies like The Book of Life and Daniel Craig's 2015 James Bond movie Spectre. But that's not all. It's also made its way into video games like Grim Fandango and Guacamelee. Not bad for a 3,000-year-old holiday. And of course, Coco. So, Keith, you've got Disney Plus now. If you haven't seen Coco, and I think you probably have, it's an awesome Pixar movie. Coco is a great movie. If you think you won't like it, you're wrong. You will. It's one of the better Pixar movies. The music's great. And also on Disney Plus, they have a Coco celebration. I think they did it at the Hollywood Bowl. And Benjamin Bratt was there and Eva Longoria and some of the performers that did the songs in the movie. Who wasn't there was the kid that did the voice of Miguel. He wasn't there because he got older and his voice changed. So instead, his younger brother was tapped to sing all the Miguel parts in that celebration. So check out that Coco celebration on Disney Plus. It's pretty cool. There aren't a ton of songs in Coco, so they end up singing "Remember Me" a lot. But there's that "Un Poco Loco," and there's another one, the one at the end of the movie, which is rousing and awesome. And it tugged on Ben's heartstrings. It was lump in the throat material. Absolutely. So, yeah. Okay, it's 7:55. This is much earlier than I usually end a live stream. But Walt is already live, and he's from the parks tonight. Is that correct? I think so. And if you weren't here earlier, it is Charlie's birthday from the Disney Nerd Herders. It's Charlie's birthday today, and I, along with the cast of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, have been wishing him happy birthday the whole live stream.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Happy birthday.
Thanks, Grandpa Joe. I want to thank K. Wilby for the super chat. That was amazing. I will be on the lookout for the Snickerdoodle Oreos. Thank you all for being here. Happy November to you. Let's head on over to Mouse Talk. Tell them it's a Sunshine Nation invasion. I will be back next week with another top 15 list, and I'll probably be eating stuff because that's what I do. Until then, though, right now it's time to say goodnight.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
Happy birthday.